Okay, so I have not been wrapping my hair. I don't even want to show y'all, but I haven't been wrapping my hair at night, so I need to go through and touch up my hair. But first, I'm going to clean my flat iron. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but it is kind of dirty. So yeah, we're just gonna, oh, I had it on before I turned it off because I realized it was dirty. So I probably should let this cool down. Hold on. Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. What you up to? I'm about to do my hair because I haven't done it in a few days.
Well, your aunt Diane told me you weren't feeling too self-confident.
Oh yeah, no. I did some reflecting. Mm-hmm.
And how we say it in our head tends to affect how we feel about it.
Right.
Right? So you say you being bad at something, and that automatically evokes a level of fear or apprehension, because nobody wants to be bad at anything.
Right.
Right? But so when you say it like that, then the emotions and the thought processes come with that.
Right.
So what's another way to think about this?
I can think of it as I'm learning instead of I'm bad at something.
Yeah, because everybody is learning something for the first time, or has learned something for the first time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Very few people go on a job knowing everything about the job. They get on the job, they humble themselves and say, hey, I know minimum. I know enough to get hired. That's about it. And then you learn everything as you go. And now your work ethic and everything kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
To where, okay, I'm on the job. I got an idea how to do it. So now let me learn everything I need to learn about this job so I could be great at it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus going in having this high expectation that I'm going to jump into this job and I'm going to learn everything I need to learn about it. I mean, I'm going to know everything I need to know about it from day one, which means I'm going to be great, like your A's and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, you go into it saying, I have the ability to be great at this.
Right.
If I apply myself. And what we already know is you have no problem applying yourself.
Yeah.
Those are your strengths. I don't think people can outwork you.
Okay.
You're dedicated to it, whatever you set your mind to. Okay. So, feeding off of what you can do versus worrying about what you can't.
Right.
Which you don't know yet.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So, no one can outwork you. That's how I moved in the military. You might be better than me, you might be smarter than me, but you're not going to outwork me.
Okay.
No one can outwork you. No one can outdo your... And it's not about competing with anybody else. It's about the approach you take. I have the ability. I have the capacity to learn whatever. And if you get into something and you feel like you don't like it,
mm-hmm.
you can always walk away from it and try something different.
Right. Okay.
But that experience you'll carry with you.
Yeah, that's true.
And you take it with you on your next job and say, okay, I learned something from that job. I know what I like, don't like. And, you kind of sharpen your focus a little bit more. And over the years, 5-10 years from now, you'll be right where you want to be. And that's the process that a lot of people, most of us go through.
Okay.
It's not foreign. It's not new to Jasmine. So I'm trying to normalize it.
Right.
Because it is a common occurrence, and what you're going through is common. It's just what you have to do is not get stuck there.
Okay.
And the best way not to get stuck there is to start moving.
Okay.
And have faith in what you can do and not focus on what you can't do because you don't know what that is yet because you haven't gotten out there.
Okay.
And when you come across something, know that you can figure it out, know that you can learn it, and then keep it moving, because you can do those things. So the things that scare you, the unknown, you already have it in you to overcome it, to figure it out.
Right.
And then you're going to say, wow, that's a challenge. I got this. Yeah, let me figure that out.
Yeah.
And some of those things are going to become fun. That's what you do now.
Right.
You know, and that's the same thing you're going to take on a job, and that's what they hire.
Okay. Because I feel like I was just feeling very, like, I guess I feel like my self-esteem was getting challenged, because like I was admiring like my parents and you and Diane, and like how you guys work hard, like watching Diane work the other day and how she was just so good at it, and then seeing you come home from work and then go upstairs and continue to work, and then seeing my stepdad go out and get a job, and he's not even officially retired. Well, he already had his retirement, like going away stuff with the military, but his official date is the 30th. And then seeing my mom go and do so well at her job and get promotion, it just kind of made me feel self-conscious about the fact that I have like a very simple job, and I haven't been able to go get the job in the field that I want. And yeah,
I mean, I relate to that, having retired and had to sit back and look. You know, after I left my second job, I fell into that same exact thing.
Yeah.
You know, what's my purpose? You know, what am I going to do? But the thing is, understand that all the people you're talking about have been dealing with this for years.
Right.
Okay? And the same thing that I'm telling you is the same thing that I am dealing with at 55 years old. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm at a job now to where I left a job in the military and even a job with the city where I knew everything.
Yeah.
I could show up there and I could make things happen. I was comfortable, and if I didn't know something, I knew I could figure it out because I've been in the system long enough to understand it. Now I'm in a place to where I think I'm decent at counseling, but I'm still learning.
Yeah.
And so I'm in an office where now I ask people for advice, and I have to humble myself, because even more so because here I am at an age where people would probably expect that I should already know what I'm asking.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they've been doing it longer, even though they're younger.
Right.
Or my age. And all I want to do is be able to provide the best service I can. So that means I got to ask you questions to become a better therapist, and that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
But that's a conversation I had to have with myself, because it didn't, because I had to get over the pride and the ego and the embarrassment that I put on myself, because they're looking at me like, man, I'm glad you were here. I'm glad you asked me questions. I'm glad I'm able to work with you like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we put a lot of things on ourselves that other people aren't placing on us.
Right.
No one's placing that on you about your job and everything. I'll be honest with you, I admire what you're doing. I wish I had done what you did when I was your age.
Okay. Thank you.
You see, and I mean that. I'm not telling you that to make you feel better. I'm telling you that because there were other ways for us to do things when we were younger. And I say for me to do things when I was younger. And I chose a different route because I didn't know those other ways. And now when I look back, anybody that I talk to, if they have the opportunities that you have, I would tell them to do the exact same thing.
Right. Okay.
Okay. But everybody don't have that opportunity. But
Right.
you do.
Right.
And I think you're doing it the way you need to do it. I mean, here you are, 26 years old. You have your master's degree. You have a skill set that no one can take away from you. You have a work ethic that no one can take away from you. And now you're looking for avenues to employ yourself. So now the thing is, you're equipped.
Right.
Now go out there without fear, or with a healthy fear, okay?
Right.
And be all right with not being perfect.
Okay. Yeah, that's the big challenge.
That's the big challenge, but the only way to meet it is to meet it. You're not going to meet it in the house.
Yeah.
You're not going to meet it by trying to avoid it.
Right.
So the best way to meet it is to meet it. And then as you're going through the challenge, when you're challenged with it, you got people to call. You can call me.
Okay.
You can call your Aunt Diane. You can talk to your mom, your stepdad, and your dad.
Okay.
You got a support system where when you're struggling, you can call us.
Right.
And I used it too. I called my dad one night. Now, it didn't turn out too well, but it turned out perfectly, to be honest with you, because what he said to me really was what I needed to hear at the time.
Right.
So I'm saying to you, you have a support channel. You have a support team to where when you're out there, and just pick a job.
Right.
You know, it's not like, well, God's going to say, move over here and go to this job. I don't know if it works like that all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go where he needs you, and it's not by accident. He knows where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole point is just be who he called you to be in those places.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And that's to be confident.
Right.
That's to know that if you're there, he's equipped you to be there.
Right.
And that you can do it all. You can do all things through God, through Christ who strengthens you.
Right.
And that when fear is entering you, when fear is in your mind, know where that fear comes from, because it's not of God.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
God is not the author of fear. He's not the author of confusion.
Okay.
So when you're scared, that's Satan trying to prevent you from going where God has you, where God wants you to go.
Okay.
And that's what I use when I am scared. I think, okay, Satan's at work now, because I know this ain't of God.
Yeah.
So there must be something here for me
Right.
that he's afraid of me getting.
Okay.
You see how that thought process, when you change it, it becomes a challenge, and then you're like, I'm going to put my shoulders back, I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to walk in this because I know who has it.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a different process when you think of it differently. But when you think of it as, I'm being bad,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm just not good at this, then it invokes fear.
Right.
And it prevents you from moving and doing what you were called to do.
Right.
That's why I say I am proud of you. I admire what you're doing. I admire how you did it. What you're doing is not easy, and all of us know that.
Okay.
Because most of us been through what you're going through, and all of us know it's not easy.
Right. Okay.
And so, we got you.
Thank you.
So flip it around on them. You're not bad at nothing. You may not know it all. That doesn't mean you're bad at it. It just means you're going to learn it and you're going to move forward.
Okay.